It's good to see so many of us who've known each other, who've been in the work together. It's good to see people from the neighborhood where Keon came up and made an impact. It's good to see some of his family here. More of them are coming. It's divine design that this was adjusted from last week to this week.
Amen.
It's a good thing when it rains. Sometimes it purifies people's intentions.
Absolutely.
And so we're gonna get started first with a prayer from our Christian family. Then we're gonna do the evening or sunset prayer that the Muslims do. We do it in a special way at an appropriate time. And so we wanna make sure both traditions are represented here. Brother Keon wouldn't put a label on nothing about what he was, because one week he might wear a kufi and another week you might see him eating something that we wouldn't. But he used to joke with me. He said, you know, people say I practice Chrislam. Classic Keon. And that's all good. All right.
We admit to you that we are in need of guidance. We are in need of answers. Sometimes events, sometimes occurrences happen that are just too big for our understanding. And we admit right now, this is one of those times, Lord. So when we don't understand, we're gonna trust.
So there's people out here who were inspired by him, who he brought along with him, who tried to help him in his effort. And so people thought that it was a one-man show, but it were other people that came to support. But it wasn't a lot. And so the people who really want to help can help those of them who are still here, who are in this neighborhood, who provide basketball camps and other types of programming for the youth in this park. They can contribute to that. They can facilitate public spaces like this. Keon had a great conversation with the folks at the Milwaukee County Parks and the Parks Foundation about what this park needed, about how smaller parks like this need attention because they become the hubs of neighborhoods and help stabilize a neighborhood.
You know, a lot of people talk about wanting change in their neighborhood, especially during this civic time. You know, it's not just about talking about something, it's about doing something. So just being in a position where you showed up. The Village Group was an organization that he was standing up, and to be able to be in the community, to feed folks, to be present, to be present when bad things were happening, and to also be the cause of good things that were happening, I think is a significant piece of his legacy that'll continue to live.
His legacy is a beautiful one. He was living it, you know, like we would go fishing and he would like literally bring fish back. Like he would fish for stress relief, but he would bring fish back just in case people needed some fish for the, you know, like in the community. Like that's the kind of person that he was, and that's the kind of person that the community is gonna miss.
Keon was just a giving, wonderful, loving, caring man. We spent a lot of time together at 860 WNOV. He cared about men, he cared about black men, he cared about mental health and mental wellness, which was one of the reasons I was on his show On the Couch, which was awesome. And the community gravitated towards him. He did so much for the Atkinson area where he grew up.
Our children are struggling in a lot of ways. Keon was a catalyst for the children. He was an advocate for the children, especially the ones that didn't think they had a voice. He was always rescuing children any way he can, whether it was feeding them in the park, whether it was running down the street on the block because there was a misunderstanding. He had that kind of voice where people stopped and turned around and said, "This Keon, let's see what he has to say." And he knew most of the children in his neighborhood by name.
Yeah, that was his mission. I mean, just 53206, because we was raised here.
I feel it's deeply spiritual in nature. Like I feel like he was sent here on assignment, and you know it was to reach as many people as he could. And I know that his impact is going to be felt like just throughout the community. Like it's like people are gonna start showing up better, like stronger, straightening their back out, like doing more. We're gonna start seeing these impacts, and I really want people to like like give credit where credit is due, you know. So like when you are changing your behavior, you know, make sure you're giving credit to Keon and keeping his name alive and letting people know like this was the impact, that this is his legacy.
Well, Keon was a giver. If you look at all of his photos on his Facebook page, I bet you everybody in this park has a photo of themselves with Keon in there. So you can tell just by that he was a real giver, a real sharer. And so to have a spirit that large in our community that was a giver, it means everything to all of us, you know. And so he's just a wonderful guy. It's going to be a great loss and probably impossible to fill his shoes.
He was just always wanting to bring everybody together. That was Keon. Just wanted to show love. He used to be big and taking pictures, so he's always capturing moments that now when somebody gone, that's all you got is those great moments that you really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to go break in his house and go get all them pictures I know he got. So, you know, Keon was always somebody that just tried to bring people together.
But what we can do is continue the legacy of healing, the legacy of speaking up, the legacy of running down the street, the legacy of getting to know all of the children by name. That African proverb that says, when a child does not feel the warmth of the village, it will burn it down to feel its warmth. We need to become the firefighters for the children so that they don't have to burn down the village. They can dwell in the village.
No, we got them. So I'm going to say rise up, start fresh, see the bright opportunity in each new day. Don't be pushed by your problems. Be led by your dreams. Be strong enough to stand alone, smart enough to know when you need help, and brave enough to ask for it. My dear people, my beautiful people, righteous by nature, and working through circumstances. Chin up, be kind, say hi, be good, be careful, and bye-bye. Love you.